It's 7 by my
Okay.
time, but it's like 1 minute.
Okay.
But I'm glad that we're in.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss.
Nobody.
Miss.
Who's that?
Miss.
Miss Mitzi.
Hi, Miss Mitzi.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks
If
for
you join me
coming.
live, I'll take spectacle for you.
Oh my God, I'm going to suffer here today.
I'll do
No,
it
it's
a
for
little.
them. It's
I'll
for
do it a
them.
little.
No, go ahead and do not start with it. Just hi.
Hello.
You're the first one to join in. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
Okay, who's coming in?
Precious, you look so beautiful.
I don't know how to
Wow.
handle compliments.
You should tell me I look beautiful too, please.
Please, any Igbos in the house, help a sister out.
Please, I beg.
Jenny,
Hi everyone.
Casey, welcome. Mary, oh my God.
You're looking cute.
Oh my God, I'm just blushing.
Yes, right here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Will, oh yeah, Wuni is my name. This is a Ghanaian guy.
Okay.
Yes, he actually tried to confirm the timing. Albert! Wuni, you're welcome. How far, Tale?
Where did that come from?
Yes, he actually tried to find out the time
Aww.
so he could, 1 hour.
Welcome, Wuni.
1 hour behind, just like our jollof is 1 step ahead. Please don't leave. Don't leave.
Yes.
Please
Yes.
stay online.
So
I
madam
didn't
is
see.
glowing. Oh wow. Wow.
What can I say?
What's secret for you?
I am Nsalwa Kufai.
What?
You know what I just said?
No.
I'm lit in Igbo.
Oh my goodness. That's what it means.
Nsalwa, you don't know what it means?
Oh my god, I don't. Don't embarrass me on the live.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just said I'm Nsalwa Kufai.
Oh, leave us alone.
Oh, this jollof was is not over at all.
It's not at all.
Yes. After what Onga did.
What did
I've not
Onga do?
Onga have been organizing these jollof worlds like between, I think it's Onga. I'm not really sure now, but I think it's Onga. Every year for the past 3 years. And every year they said Ghana jollof was the best.
They are picking the wrong people to cook.
I don't know.
They are picking the wrong people.
Yes.
Come to Nigeria.
See, if they had also, even my sis are in our kitchen. They had this one
yes.
jollof rice for them.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
Hey.
Adesola. Hello, Adesola. Maggie did too. Abi.
Maggie did too. Who won, I beg?
Who won? No.
If it's Ghana, this war is just starting.
As in, the battle line has been drawn.
After all, they said that one and my I'm going to just start using that one now.
Yes.
Joy Sogu.
Hello, we actually need to start. We have 9 people on the live.
Oh, okay,
far.
we really
10.
need to start now.
Welcome online. Thank you to every single person that has joined so far.
Thank you.
Just
Joshi, we miss you so much, yeah. We miss you too. Joshua is in Jos. He went to drink kote.
What is kote?
Sis, there's a lot you need to learn.
Oh my god. You see, this is why we need cultural
Bote
awareness.
is a local dish made by Biron people. It's made up of fonio. Fonio is acha. Do you know acha?
No, what's acha?
Oh god. Okay, acha is it's either called hungry rice. Don't worry, I understand. It's hard for you from the east to actually know what acha is.
Exactly.
But it's this really healthy grain. They are really tiny. They call it hungry rice or fonio.
Okay.
It's gluten free. So you just make a porridge out of it with a lot of veggies and all, you know. That's why I told you need to come to Jos. Not every day pounded, yeah. Sometimes, okay.
Please.
Okpemi!
Oh,
Welcome. All right, I think we should
welcome, Okpemi. Okay,
start
we
now.
should actually start.
Yes. Welcome,
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yes. Okay, let's start. So yes, last time we actually welcomed them.
Yes.
In the different languages. But okay, you did Nabata.
I did Igbo, Nabata. Yes.
I did Sanonku Dazwa.
We also did Angas.
Yes. Doundung.
Oh, I can't say
Doundung.
Doundung. Oh,
Dung, not Dung.
Okay, Doundung.
Yes.
Ah,
we are part, and those people are part Chinese. Yes, part African.
That's what
we'll
they
keep
say
revealing ourselves.
They say we're Chinese. And then we did one more. We did Migwo.
Brendo.
Yes.
Yeah, so you say Migwo and the person says
response Brendo. Yes. So this week we're going to be doing
you are doing
Ibibio.
Yes.
Because I'm partly Ibibio. My mom is from Akwa Ibom State. And Ibibio is Amedi. Yes.
Okay, so yesterday my mother-in-law helped me out with Kilba. She said when you want to welcome people in Kilba, you say Usunashili.
Ooh, I like it.
And she also speaks Fulani very fluently. She said Jabama.
I learned that one because I like it. Jabama. I like it.
So we've said all our welcomes.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
And I hope you're learning.
Of course, we are. If you're here for the first time, this is Koma Club Townhall live meetings. We do this every Friday by 7 p.m. going forward. And
hello, Nemri.
We are all about hi. We are all about African, Nigerian, Black pride, African culture, history. That's all we're about here. Yeah. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you all the time. Every Friday. 7 p.m. here. So let's get into it today.
Yeah. Right? So last week we talked about what culture is, the different aspects of culture. You know, we talked about material, immaterial. What culture really is to us, you know, as it affects us. So this week, let me give you the honors of introducing our topic.
Okay. This week we're going to be talking about cultural awareness.
Woo!
Yes. So culture. Why do we have to know anything about culture? Why is it important for us to participate in these conversations? We're going to be talking about it today.
And not alone.
If you're not talking about it alone, we have a special guest who's joining us. Her name is Victoria Walter.
Okay, should she join now?
She should join in now.
Oh, she's already here.
Yes.
Ooh, hi Victoria.
Okay, guys, like Victoria is the real MVP right now.
Yes.
Nwabunie joined us from Ghana. Hi, Victoria.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Victoria.
Yeah.
She's going for youth women leader for August meeting.
Right.
I don't know how
with the white shirt.
With the white blouse.
Welcome to Koma Club Town Hall meeting. She's one of our elders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vic is one of the oldest members of Koma Club. Like she's been on Koma Club like since forever.
Yes.
And she is part Taiwanese, part Igbo.
Yes.
She deserves it.
And we really, oh my God, she's getting so much love right now.
Aww.
And then also Victoria is she's actually in a time zone that is like how many hours there? She said they live in the future. It's actually 2 a.m. right now in Taiwan.
Yes.
So we really appreciate this. She actually gave up some sleep for us today. Thank you.
We're so grateful.
Thank you.
And
I'm also humbled.
I heard there was an earthquake there yesterday.
Yes, there was.
How are you?
Good. I'm kind of used to it now. So
wow.
Yeah, it happens a lot of times. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's the Taiwanese girl in you speaking, eh? Because you see me till today. See, I'm African. I like to be certain of everything I'm doing. I don't want the ground holding me to shake, please. When I'm flying, I'm always like, Lord, please. I'm not a bird. Let's get this.
I agree. I agree.
So it's well, my dear. We are sending lots of love and light.
Yes, all of us here on the live, Nigeria and Ghana.
Yeah, sending love and light to Taiwan.
Wahala.
Yes. She said no
wahala.
The Nigerian in me is coming out, small.
Small.
Little by little.
The attitude I just saw on that. That's not small. It's a whole lot.
Meeting white flag, like it's coming through.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Solar thing. Stay safe.
Nice. Thank you so much, guys.
You.
So much. We have a little trivia for Victoria. We did our own last week.
Yes.
If you joined us last week, you might have heard it. But this time it's for Victoria.
Okay, I'm ready.
So,
Are they ready?
Victoria, you're going to tell us your name, your full name, your local name, everything. Just
the meaning of her local name.
Yes, the meaning of your local name.
Yes. And then wait,
before
you go very far, you will tell us your state of origin.
Mm-hmm.
You tell us your local government of origin.
Your village.
Don't go.
And then
tell us
your traditional ruler of your village.
And two prominent people.
Yes, we forgot 2 prominent people from your village. Okay, from your state.
Okay, let me go one after the other before you guys chop my head off. Okay, so first, my name is Walter Victoria Chinemerem Wang-Ansi, which is the Chinese one.
Okay.
So Chinemerem. Okay, the Chinese one is Wang-Ansi.
Wang-Ansi. Yeah.
Yes.
Woo, we got it.
Yes, you guys got it actually. Yeah. Chinemere means God will keep doing for me. And Wang-Ansi means King's grace.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's the
Wang
means your name.
King. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yes. Wang means king and Ansi means grace.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. And what does Chinemere mean, please?
God will keep doing for me. That's to my understanding. Yes. Chinemere, God is continuously doing for me.
Oh, nice. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Victoria Chinemere Wang-Ansi.
Yes.
Okay, so state of origin, LGA village.
I am from the state that has the highest bride price.
Imo State.
Imo State. Imo State.
Yes, Imo State.
I am from.
Right?
Okay, so my village. Okay, I'm from Wangele local government. Wangele local government. So if you are from Wangele local government, shout out to you because I don't know. Every time I say Wangele local government, nobody used to answer. But if you're from Wangele local government, shout out to you guys. My village. I'm actually from Okpara Aba. Okay. Okpara Aba. Actually, what I read and what I know from the whole thing is that Abba actually means father, and there was a man. I think his name is Abba. He traveled from, I think, Abia or something, and got to the place that is my village now, and set up a place, and then gave birth to 4 sons. The first one was Okpara, which is the village I am from, so Umokpara, and then the other villages, which are the other 3, which the second one is, I think, known as Mbano now, which is very popular. A lot of people are from Mbano. I keep hearing that everywhere. So, so I heard that it was my king who was the first king before, like, other kings. Yeah, so we're from the,
you see that thing?
Okay, hello royalty. We have royalty on our lives. So Hello, ma. She's flipping her hair. Yes, ma.
Oh my God.
Okay, Victoria.
But
Okay.
that is that. Yeah, to
Yeah.
be honest, I don't know anybody, any famous
Anybody
person
from your name?
from
Imo State.
from Imo State. But I know of a family. I don't know if this family is very popular. But the name of the family is Akwiu family. They're very popular, like literally around. So I don't know if you do know them,
If you know
or
the
if
family,
anybody knows
something
Akwiu
please,
of
if you
this
know this,
family.
or if you know anybody, please bail
Imo State,
Victoria
yes,
out.
Yes.
this one question in our trivia.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
So
but at least we know Victoria from Imo State, isn't it?
yes.
Yes, that's cool.
Let's just put claps for Victoria in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll get down to our conversation
For today,
okay.
Yeah.
So you're a law student from Sochi University in Taiwan, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Please, today you already know the topic we're talking about, right?
Cultural.
We're talking about
cultural
awareness. Awareness. So with the Igbo flip of the blouse.
I can't do that.
Cultural awareness.
It is cultural awareness, you know.
That was so good. I love it. I'm so happy that we have outnumbered them, because last week they outnumbered me.
Yes.
Josh, I need help. I'm like alone today.
So there are 2 Igbo people on this live today. Thank God, though.
And we will show them. We will show them where we are
no
from.
tribalism. No tribalism. Okay. So I'll get down to it. So we're talking about cultural awareness, right? And so basically what cultural awareness for me is that you know, it's like driving. Okay, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. It's like when you went for your driving license, do you have a driving license?
No, I do. Yes,
when you
I
go for your driving license, they are going to ask you to answer a few questions here in Nigeria on defensive driving. Yes.
Okay.
And defensive driving simply means the way, I mean, I had to really read like real quick and get defensive driving means driving with the awareness that I'm not the only person on the road. There are other road users. You're conscious of, you know, other road users. So what that means is that in culture, I am not just aware of how good I am. I'm not just aware of what I know about driving, but I'm aware of the other people on the road. Okay, the other people. Like I'm conscious of is there on it. So in culture, you're talking about I know my culture. I know my identity. Culturally. And so I'm also aware of the fact that I'm not alone. There are other people and other cultures around. So that's what cultural awareness is in a nutshell. In a nutshell. Yes. So
I would say that cultural awareness is based on knowledge. It's based on knowing. So I think it comes from first knowing yourself, because I don't think you can be aware of other people's culture if you're not very aware of yours as well. So it comes from that first of all.
Yes. So you know, if you hear them say like, you know, basically you can't even talk about culture. It's more or less the socialism term, you know. So if there's anybody that is a social scientist in the house, they will really relate. Like you can't say, you know, when you're talking about, I don't want to go into all the jargons, you know. But please bear with me. When you say cultural awareness, you're talking about cultural competence. You're talking about cultural fluency. You understand? So you must talk about those things and identity. That means I know myself. Okay. So you know, what's identity to you? Like, what's identity to you?
Like you said, I know myself. Like, I know what I stand for. I know where I am. I know what I'm here to do. Things like that. Because identity is just really all about what, if someone looks at you, what would you say you are? Who would you say you are? Basically. So in terms of culture, if someone comes to me, even though I stay in the north, I'm an Igbo person. I'm an Igbo girl. Like, so regardless of the fact that I didn't really grow up in the East, I didn't grow up in Anambra State, but I still understand my place here and really how the there's a cultural difference between me and the people here, the people who I've met here. So that's the identity thing. Like, I have to.
The network is really bad. Oh my goodness. This is not nice. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we
can you hear me?
We can hear you, Victoria.
Oh, thankfully. I'm like, I'm going to start praying now.
Good. I can see somebody. So you're saying identity is how one perceives. Yes, Wuni, you're right. Identity is how you perceive yourself.
Yeah, how you see yourself.
Yes, especially in terms of when you talk about identity, you're talking about culturally now is who am I? Like now, I am an Angas girl.
Yeah.
Then what is expected of me as an Angas girl? What in an Angas setting, in an Angas environment?
Yes.
What is expected of me? When I meet elders, what am I to do? When I wake up in the morning, what am I to do? Where are the places? What are the beliefs? What are the traditions? What's the language? You understand?
Oh, someone is saying I can. Okay, you can. All right then.
Okay, yeah. It's Winnie, yes.
Okay,
thank you. So these are the the things that you are beginning to like picture yourself. You understand?
Yes.
In the context of what is my culture. You get? So once that identity clicks, cultural, that's the first part of cultural awareness occurring to you. The second aspect now is what are the cultures of other people around me? We live in Abuja, for instance,
which is like mixed cultures.
Which is people from there's a lot of people. Well, who are the owners of this place? You know, and then the people we interact with on a regular. What's their own culture? So basically, that's what cultural awareness is. Now we want to know. Victoria,
on your end,
on your own end, what was cultural awareness to you?
Especially seeing that you have two cultures. You have two different. You have the Igbo culture and then you have the Taiwanese culture. So, what was that for you? Identity awareness. How did you get introduced into that?
Yeah, I would actually say 3 because I feel like I'm also a Lagosian because I grew up in Lagos. Like seriously, I'm like those Agbo people. Like how Lagos is. Exactly. So but yeah, like I agree with you guys totally because I didn't fully understand the cultural part of everything, both from my Igbo side and my Taiwanese side until I fully understood myself. So I wasn't even aware of this while I was in Nigeria, but when I came to Taiwan and saw something completely different, it was also that time that I became more aware of myself, that I began to understand like the differences around me. So I would definitely agree on the points that you said, and also like getting to even appreciate. I think also cultural awareness is this being open-minded, because there's one thing I've heard a lot of people who are also in Taiwan, who are Nigerians also in Taiwan, but they don't seem to appreciate the culture. And I've been looking at things like differences, and I've been seeing like, okay, the more you're open-minded to understand the differences, like in as much as you understand your identity first, you have to understanding your identity first before knowing the differences. So it's like okay, let me just say that they haven't gotten to that place whereby they fully know themselves in order to understand their own cultural identity and also other people's, or appreciate other people's cultural background in as much as theirs, because like it's like they not tend to abuse it. which is the other side of awareness. If you are not aware of something, you abuse it and so on.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is like, I would say, one of the, like, how I actually view the cultural awareness from my own side. Like, I was able to know that before I was able to fall in love with the culture here in Taiwan, with the culture in Nigeria, not just Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, like the whole of it. So yeah, I like, yeah. Yeah,
I
I
want
wanted
to share with us.
I want what I wanted her to say to buttress this point. How did you grow up? We want to know which of the cultures played a dominant factor in you growing up.
Exactly.
Okay, Nigeria actually. So I was born in Taiwan. My parents met in Taiwan. I was born in Taiwan, and after like my first year birthday, maybe I was told the next day they shipped me to Nigeria. That is how it happened. I always call it shipped. So yeah, I went back to Nigeria with my grandma, and that's where can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so I went back to Nigeria, and that's where I've been all my life. Since I was 1 year here, so I've been there for 16 years before I left, like 17. So literally everything. At a point, I was calling my because my grandparents were the one caring for me, and I have lots of relatives. So I had uncles, aunties all around me. And everything that I had to, and again, the thing is that if you have uncles and aunties, you will not necessarily do something. You just be there watching everybody do everything, and you can't enter the kitchen because the kitchen is packed with aunties and uncle walking up and down. So you just have to stand there, just be looking, staring at them and things like that. So I grew up in that place of just seeing different things happening. Then my uncles, my aunties chatting all around, and also because of I understand Igbo, that is where it comes from. Of like, I understand everything in Igbo, like mostly general Igbo. But I don't speak a lot because mostly I'm speaking English, but everybody in my family is speaking Igbo.
Can you see what she's doing?
Yeah, I can see. I can see. I'm like, okay, what's happening?
And you're not sitting your chest anyhow. Please. You see when she's puffing her shoulders.
I'm going to learn.
She's puffing it because there's something to puff.
I don't understand Igbo at all, but I will
learn. Really? Okay, don't worry. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Wait, I don't know how to speak. One like you I speak it, like I tend to like think about the Igbo that I understand and then try to say it out, but it doesn't come out the way I want it to go. Like
that accent, not just that happens. Maybe the Taiwanese they enter.
I don't know. Like even when I want to say something, like what is happening?
It's okay. All of us cannot be polyglots.
Actually, it's not for everybody.
But yeah, I was able to I was able to learn from everyone just by looking, because also me getting older, I've been able to know more about like my personality of I'm an observer, and I got to see how that observing part of me like observed the Igbo parts like in the house and everything. Like I took it in, and even nowadays, like in Nigeria, I don't really speak a lot of Igbo, but now in Taiwan, like I get to see the Igbo coming out. I'll be like, a little big, like I'll call my grandparents and be speaking Igbo to them. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where's this coming from?
Right?
Yes. Better picking.
Right? Because what is happening?
I mean,
I don't know.
I try my very best when my grandmom calls. I try to speak my language, but I feel like I'm just disappointing her all the time. But I keep trying.
That feeling. At the end of the day, I want to say the word, but the word is not coming out, and I'm speaking English, and sometimes I'm speaking Chinese, and my grandma will be there, yes, and I'm like, does she even understand what I'm saying? Like, I just spoke Chinese to her. I'm like, what's happening? Yeah, so that's how
you speak both languages.
Now I got to learn.
Speak Igbo. Well, you got to learn.
Yeah.
How did you learn Chinese? Was it in Nigeria or when?
No, yeah, when I came here. Yeah. I'll tell you the other story. That one is very funny. I don't know how I did learn that.
All right,
But
no
yeah,
problem. But I wanted to find out, okay, culturally, apart from just going around, like, I want you to be a bit more specific.
Oh,
Who
like
was your
Townhall.
heaviest influence when it comes to culture? Who was your heaviest, like among your extended family that raised you? Who was your heaviest influence?
Literally, my family is the kind of family that literally everybody is putting head inside it. But I would say specifically,
and that's the tendency in Igbo culture to do that.
Yeah,
actually, everybody, especially if you're in the village, everybody will raise you.
Everybody. Honey nigga zogi. That is how we say it. Honey ne. I said everybody. I said everybody will train you. That's what I said.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that feeling. My aunties too, they lived with us growing up. But my parents were there. So
yeah, but I would say my grandma actually. My grandma was like a huge part in it because like she's the one who took me from like 24 hours plane. Like they just fly from one place to the other, like to Nigeria, and like she was the one who carried me all around and so many other things. She's like that huge figure in the whole family and in my life. Yeah, the pounded yam, everything.
The pounded yam.
I was getting there.
Yeah.
I was getting there. Please calm down.
Pounded yam.
You don't let us rest now because of pounded yam. When they say something now, you will not talk. But pounded yam, it doesn't even look like she eats anything.
Like, but I love pounded yam. Let me announce now. Pounded yam and ofen salad.
Ofen salad.
My favorite
ofen salad.
My favorite Igbo dish, and I make it. Honest to God, I make it.
Wow, really?
Abacha. My abacha is mean. I'm not.
We do that for every Christmas, actually. I don't know, for some reason, every Christmas we do that. We do pounded yam and ofen salad. Whenever it's cooking rice and stew, we are cooking ofen salad and pounded yam.
Yes, we're pounding yam. Yes, that's a staple actually.
And we are killing chicken. I have to tell you guys that I used to kill chicken in my house.
You used to kill chicken, right?
I kill chicken, yeah. I kill chicken.
I feel like it's a thing too.
Wait. I think it's weird for you in Taiwan to be killing chickens, right?
Yeah. In Taiwan, no, but you don't see where they kill chicken. You don't even kill animals. You kill animals, they might just arrest you.
Igbo girl don't carry an Igbo reach Taiwan.
I'm serious.
She don't carry Nigeria. So you buy your chicken and you kill your chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, you know when she said something about the food, the pounded yam, I think she just took us into the next topic, which is basically the elements of cultural awareness. Just like we talked about last week, we talked about elements of culture. You know, we have the material, the immaterial.
So the material is like food, clothing,
tangible.
Yeah, those things that we can actually touch
and feel. Yeah. But when you talk about the intangible, we're talking about values called values. Can you just share with us like a few of those things, both the tangible and the intangible elements that you picked up from your Igbo culture, and how when you got to like Taiwan, like this killing chicken now, babe.
Yes, because that's tangible, whether we like it or not.
It's tangible. Right. Chicken. I'm sure some people be like, oh my God, you know, funny enough in the West, because
they call me a murderer.
Stores and then you just buy these things in more developed countries already frozen.
Yeah.
So a lot of children from the day they were born till the day they die, they will never see life. They visit farms literally to see live animals. If not, now did they see for video 9 then no.
And funny thing is, many of them might be traumatized if they do see.
Oh my God! Have you heard of blood injury? What's that thing? Is it blood injury phobia? It's a kind of phobia. Yes, some people actually have it. Like if they see blood.
They'll just faint.
They kill these chickens since before, nobody today.
Even goats, like I want to see the goats. I will go there and start. No, I didn't kill them. That was just too big for me. No, that one was too big for me. That one I just used to stand and look at it when they are killing it. It's like in my mind I know how to kill it, but I've never gotten into it.
Okay, so
tell us about those things.
Basically, actually they taught me how to do everything. They literally taught me how to be. And again, I think one of the things was that, you know, like in Nigerian family, like, how can you enter a husband's house with this? Like, you have to know how to cook. Like, is this what you're going to give to your husband? Like, all these kind of things. But I literally did it. I think the first time I cooked soup, that day, I can still remember it.
We all had that. We all did that.
I had, no, my own is like, do you know, I was going to die that day because instead of me to clean the kitchen, I went to play. My grandma now came back home, saw plates, everywhere was dirty. And I knew that day I've died. Nothing can resurrect me because if she carry everything, both the Toningari, everything, I am dead. So I already knew from beginning. I was just shaking and she just came back because I didn't do a thing. And then everyone was so dirty. I think vegetable soup, like the like my grandma likes meat a very, like, she's a perfectionist. She likes really, like, I sweep the house like 10 times a day. That is how it is. Like, literally, that's how it is. So what happened that day? So when she came back, she was so angry, but she was hungry and she needed to cook food for her husband, which is my grandfather. And then my uncle was now sick. Hey. So she was so angry. She was ready to hit it on me. Oh my God. So she had to take my uncle to the hospital. So before you know it, I just
Victoria, can I interrupt the story to bring us the soundtrack for this thing?
Right? Because
if there was that soundtrack, then that is what I'll be singing for myself. But so I cleaned, I did so many things. And now we face the pots. When she left everything, I ran to the hospital because my uncle was really, really like with fever. I was just putting, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I should do. I was just putting stuff and I finished cooking it. And I did the eba. What did I do that day? I just did it and I went to give my grandfather. I don't even know what today, I don't know what I was doing in that place. I was just putting everything. And then, so I gave my grandfather, my grandfather was like, okay. My grandmother came back. She entered kitchen. She look. She saw that I cooked. She didn't say anything. I was like, once I enter, because we used to sleep in the same room. Once I enter, lock that room. I'll be running around the bed, you know. So the thing was that so she now came out and I served her food.
That's signature for African parents when they're about to dish out the door. No escape.
Yeah, the corner. The corner.
If you take her on a trip, if you start running, if you don't
see me, I'm like, mommy, I'm so sorry. I will not do it again. I will not do it. Do you know how many times I said that?
No, you had already beaten more than you could chew from that point.
So
you find so I think you could see, like, maybe are there differences in like discipline styles or something?
Yes, there are a lot. Actually, I could go away with a lot of things with my mom than I'll get away with a lot of things in Nigeria. I did not go away with anything.
Okay.
Like, basically anything. I don't think I went away with anything because even because I was also a very curious kid. There's one thing that my parents bought. It was during hot weather. We used to sleep on it. It's called a wet bed. Like, inside is, I don't know what it is. It's chemical, but when you sleep on it, it makes you feel cool. So what I went to do was, one day I was so curious that I went to carry a blade. I went to cut for see what is inside. My grandfather went to plug. I don't know where a plug tree leaves for.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I'm judging you.
No, we're not.
I don't know.
I have had my share of those kind of things. I'm telling you.
I have no idea. Like, they used to buy cane for me every day. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah. So, but my mom, I could like my dad, because I didn't really grow up with my parents. I just used to see them, and when they come, they just be the nicest parents ever. Like, you think they are like, they don't do any, they can't kill you or anything. But my grandma used to tell me, my grandma used to tell me that your daddy, if you do any nonsense, carry this table and hit your head, you are dead. So I knew my distance. I knew my distance with my dad, but at the same time, I could, even one time I could remember when I think I was very little, maybe 10 or 9. I was in the car and I was very in like go slow traffic, and I was like really singing to all the old songs on radio. My daddy just turned, Victoria, why do you know all the old songs on the radio? And since then, I never in my life sang again. Like any song next to him
you again. You implicate yourself now.
So
explain, how did you know all the songs on radio?
I don't know. Like I was just singing to literally everything.
But maybe aunties now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there are people around, like, on the streets. And again, where I grew up, where, like, I don't know if you know in Lagos, all this, like, Ajegule. Have you heard about, like, Ajegule? Those, like, all those people that live to face me, I slap you, or face me, I pour you water. Those kind. Do you know face me, I pour you water? Face me, I slap you. Those kind of houses. Exactly, those kind of how those people that live, that is the kind of environment I grew up. And again, another thing is that they protected me very much. Actually, I was like Rapunzel, the child who was locked in the house. She's either going to church, going to market. No, I don't go to market. I just go to buy something somewhere. She's either going to buy some message and back and nothing else, or school. So I was that child who was locked. Like you cannot talk to anybody. Exactly, because I was also mixed. And like, do you want them to kidnap you? But I was traumatized. The fact that even I moved here, I was 17 or 18. I still thought that they were going to kidnap me in Nigeria. That's how crazy it is.
You live here in Nigeria,
literally.
Yes, literally.
Wow.
Because like even walking on the road, my face is like this. Like I'm walking like an agbo on the road, like. People used to get scared of me, and they don't even talk to me or stuff like that. They follow me. Hey,
I think they could smell your dad from a distance.
Well,
they could smell.
There was one person that followed me to my street. That everybody was looking. As I just got from because then we didn't have a gate. As I just got in, I just ran. Daddy, and my grandfather, I called him Daddy. I'm like, Daddy, there's somebody else following me. Daddy, somebody else following me. He now brought his knife. Where is the person? Because we have 2 mango trees. Our house is very big. Where is the person? Let me hang this person on this mango tree. So it was like really,
African parents are just. I think they have a manual. And the funny thing is, we all. It seems like we judge. But then when you now become a parent, you find yourself reacting a lot of discipline. Reenacting them. So please, we had such a swell time. We have to wrap this up real quick. We've actually gone way beyond our time.
But we had a lot of
fun. We just have to wrap it up real quick. Okay. So somebody asked, what is the most, like, you have to be really brief and tell them what was the culture shock for you, like between the two places. Cultures. When you moved to Taiwan, what was the culture shock for you? Please let us know that.
Okay.
If you have a question, please click on the question sticker and then give us a question. If you have a question in the audience, Victoria, please go on.
So the first one I would say is the students. How will students be coming back by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, like 12 o'clock in the night?
Excuse
me?
Like
secondary student, like what 6 o'clock I'm supposed to be in my house. Like
I don't understand. But they still in school?
Yeah. After like maybe the
school. What time do you go to school?
No, I mean secondary school student, because I did my secondary school in Nigeria.
So that we can make sense of what time you are coming back.
Okay. So in Nigeria, I went to school by 8. I need to be in school by 8 and come back before 3 o'clock, 3 something. The school is done, and I need to be at home like before 6. But even after lesson, I need to be home like around 6. or if I'm not doing lesson at home. But here in Taiwan, I think they close around 3, 4, or 5, and they all go to this thing called cram school, which is like after school, like lessons, and they stay there till like 9, 10, 11, 12, and you see
But
the students.
they start school by like 8 a.m.
No, they start school. They like I remember my first year. I joined the Dragon Boat Festival competition. It's one of the festivals in Taiwan, and then I needed to be in my school at 6 a.m. for training. Do you know I saw students on the train looking like ghosts? You know their long hair. All of them just sleeping like this. They not just like I'm like, what are all these students doing by 6 a.m. inside the MRT? Like, what's going on? Exactly. Wow. So they needed to be in school very, very early. And they'll have to stay. And the emphasis was more on studying. But in Nigeria, our emphasis was more on home. You have to know how to cook. You have to clean the house. I had to go home after school. If my grandparents were not, my grandma would not cook. I'll have to be the one to go home and cook still and feed everybody for afternoon and then from evening. That kind of thing. That was one of the cultural shock I had. What other one again? I think I have so many. What other one again? Oh,
just give us one last one.
Oh my goodness, they have all gone. What other shock did I have? What other shock? I can't. Oh yes, one more. I think one more. One more was like, okay, so in Nigeria, in my house, when we finish eating, we'll say thank you. Even though I'm the one that cooked it, I'll tell everybody thank you, right?
You're the one that cooked it, but you buy it. See,
exactly.
Really? Point.
It's me that walk out to the shop and buy. Okay, so
you dare not say that. You dare not say that. Try it. You got them.
Seriously, exactly. So what happened? What happened that day, sir? What happened that day? I can't remember. Yeah. So my grandma, I came to Taiwan, my grandma, my mom, everyone. My mom already knew this, that because she has been in Nigeria, she sees us do it, and then she understands everything. But my grandma here, I'll not be like, I finish it now, I'll not say thank you to her. She will not answer me. Or is it when I say good morning or good afternoon to her? She will not answer me. And I'm like, hey. Like, seriously, to the extent that my mom had to explain to her, even when she explained, the thing did not still enter. So even now, when I'm even with my friends, I have this tendency to want to say thank you to them. Even when we meant to go to a restaurant and finish eating and stuff like that. But at the same time, even if I say thank you, I have to start explaining. So in my house, when we finish eating, we say thank you. So just in case, say thank you. Yeah, it's strange to them.
Victoria, that was
okay. One more. Wait, this short one. Let me tell you this short one. In your Nigerian home, they call you Victor. Me in my house, they call me Vicky. Like, you know, in Nigeria, I say Vicky. My name is Vicky. Vicky. So once they call you your name and you no answer ma, sa, or you answer you're in trouble. Yes. Your parents are calling you. Say come on. Like, you know, I don't know if you know that culture has their own emotions to it. Yes. In Taiwan, the emotion that the answer carry. In Nigeria, the kind of slap, they will slap you.
So the emotion you're using in Taiwan when you do that, come on, like, is it like a complaint? Like,
you know, it's like, like what? Like what?
You see that thing I did with my face? It was the shock of my mother's hand reaching my face.
Right? I don't know if you watched that was video.
Long distance. Yeah, long distance.
Because they can throw anything, even if it's long distance. They can throw their slip
like you go. Yeah, so that one is.
It was so much fun learning about
the differences
in cultures. And
I think that you're in a peculiar position, being able to go between two cultures and see the difference. Do you understand? You practically can see the difference. But then not too many people can see that difference.
Yeah, I agree.
When you're you've lived in Lagos all your life. And perhaps you lived in an area where you were surrounded by Yoruba people as a Yoruba person. So it might not be as quite easy to get the difference and to be aware of the differences between your culture as a Yoruba person in Lagos and maybe that of an Igbo person that you will meet with.
You know, you just made a very good point. It was the last point I was going to bring, you know, to culminate our entire life today.
Yeah.
She just spoke about not being aware. Somebody like me, I've grown up mostly in Jos.
Yeah.
Schooled mostly in Jos. But the thing is, I learned a lot about other cultures because I was always searching, you know, information and observing a lot, you know, movies, books, stories, whatever I could pick, you know, from the things I heard and stuff. Now, it brings us to the last point, which we're about to make right now, which is the importance of cultural awareness. Okay? God,
Joshua, please.
Joshua. Yeah, I'm feeling you from there. Okay, sorry. But it brings us to the last point. Cultural awareness is important for these reasons, okay? That we see, like you said, it is now that we are beginning to have those cracks begin to come up and show up because there is no cultural awareness. Nigeria is very diverse.
Yeah.
And you hear them say unity in diversity.
That.
How is that unity ever going to happen if you have about 400 plus ethnic groups clashing? Like you have these ideas clashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people don't seem to want to accept that there are differences because it comes with, I know that this is my identity and I know that this is yours and I'm able to accept those
and respect
it because it's so important.
It's like the analogy you made earlier about the lone driver. You're driving. I can't just hit the freeway and just think I'm alone on this road, and so I just, you know. So that's how culture is. So it is very important for us to be able to be culturally aware, for us to understand our own identity and look at how. So I'll just give us a little practical example of the use, you know, of that. You give us an example, and then we just wrap this up, okay?
Yeah.
So if I was traveling to the north of Nigeria as somebody who grew up in the west or in the east. These are typically warm parts of the country. Okay, the weather is very warm there.
Yeah.
Now, if I was traveling up north and I had to dress up, I'm not going to dress up as if I'm going. It's really hot up north.
Yeah.
But down there you have a bit of humidity and all that, so people are kind of a little bit less, you know, heavy dressed. Then you also have the religious aspect of the culture there, because culture also has to do with religion. So you now dress up and you wear some kind of maybe some skimpy attire and you go up north. I promise you, this is the song they will sing to you. I know how to sing it too because I grew up from the north. Children are going to follow you on the street and they'll be singing Biri the window, Mata the hula, Biri the window. That's just one part. I don't know what they're singing. This
I want to learn that.
Why?
Okay, say Biri the window.
Yeah.
Biri the window.
Yes, Biri the window means monkey wearing trouser. Mata the hula means the woman is wearing a hat. I don't know. It's just one of those things that is meant to embarrass you, you know. And the children will run and follow you.
And the chances,
you know, you understand? Okay. Somebody just said, "Wahala for who know where thought right? Yes, so guy, wahala, because you have to respect that I'm going up north, and this might come across as being offensive
to the people that I'm meeting.
Okay, you have to. What normal markets bargain, Nico? Once I'm entering the market and I know I'm going into I don't know, I'm sorry, but a little bit of this thing, I switch personalities ASAP because I'm, you know, here in our part of the world, you're going to be bargaining a lot when you're shopping.
It's not fixed prices.
There's no fixed prices. So you cannot just go into that place and just say, I beg, I want this. What I do is a bit of psychology here. So cultural awareness comes into the bargaining. It's sad, but hey, it's the truth. You have to be culturally aware. So if I walk in there, it's even relevant everywhere. It's not, in case you want to even think, oh, it's backward. You know, the north is backward. It's not backwardness. If you go to a place like let's say France or I'm trying to think of countries with some kind of values. Let's say UK. Let's say the UK, right?
Yeah.
And you just go in there and you're having maybe an English breakfast, and you suddenly start cutting your own, let's say, what's that egg? The scrambled egg.
Yeah.
And you start cutting it with your hand and fetching some baked beans.
Like your hands. Yeah.
With your hands, and you eat. And you cut, some of those other things. It's really going to be off. So culture plays a key role. You have to be aware culturally anywhere you find yourself. It's important for you to understand, these things. So even in bargaining in the market, it plays a role.
But I thought about another aspect of it, which is also as important, whereby the person who is going into the stranger who is going into a new culture, as much as that person needs to be aware, those people who are residents of that culture, for example, you're going up north, that person, the people who are residents there should also be aware that, okay, this is a stranger, and I want to.
Yeah, you see, you are talking about the very importance now of cultural awareness.
Exactly.
Because you see, it's a cultural awareness will be very effective and efficient when it's in a give and take.
Exactly my point.
If I am culturally aware, you are culturally aware.
It makes
then we
easier.
can celebrate and
respect
each other.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
firsthand,
exactly, we're seeing it happen a lot where we don't celebrate. This is going to be a topic on another. We are going on 1 hour now,
and they might cut us off very soon.
Yes. So basically, this is just important. That's why cultural awareness is very important. You have to be respectful of other tribes. In Nigeria, you're not the only one, especially majority tribes. You this evil girl, and the Yoruba.
This is another conversation.
You have to be able to.
We have so many more conversations in culture.
Yes,
this majority tribe is important.
Yeah,
respecting other people's culture is a topic on its own.
Yeah.
So please, final words.
Yeah, what do you have to say
to
our audience and your new fans?
Your new fans.
New fans, oh my goodness. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled to be here today to speak on everything that we've shared. There's still a lot more to say, especially what we just touched on. I could just think about so many examples that I've seen happen, that I've heard happen. So I just feel like it's just being open-minded also to just appreciate what we have. Like, I don't know if we do really, like, I see people around me who are from the States and like, oh guys, they're so in love with what we have, and sometimes we tend to throw that away. But I hope that this has helped you guys stirred up something within you to think and share with your friends and family around you, and so on and so forth. So let me not take away from what you guys would have to say. So give me back to you guys.
Speak Igbo before you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, before she speaks Igbo, I would like to just answer this question where he said, "Can I be culturally unaware but still not accepting of you?" Yes, it's very possible. To do that. In fact, that's a topic for another day. We are going to discuss that. It is very possible. Yes, because it's not always that culture serves you. Sometimes cultures are oppressive. Certain cultures are oppressive.
Yes.
Traditions. We'll be talking about that in another
in the nearest future.
So, but we need to go now, guys. I don't know if you have any final words.
I just can't wait for the next live. So you guys please follow us
too.
And then check out.
Please follow
Koma Club. So follow us on Twitter to Koma Club NG. And welcome to the Koma tribe.
Thank you so much.
Yes, welcome.
Victoria says bye. Victoria said bye in Igbo.
Victoria.
Bye in Igbo.
Victoria, thank you so much for teaching the Taiwanese children about African culture. She's been doing that in Taiwan.
Thank you so much.
Yes, she has I don't know, is it a club or you go into schools or something and you do things?
Funny enough, I just feel like God opened ways for me to just do it. Even recently, after the one with the kids, I just presented one last week. I just presented one last week with with my uni students though. Yeah, I had the opportunity to share 2 hours, 2 good hours.
Wow!
Nigeria.
Actually, if we had to talk about culture, we could do this for forever. We have to go right now. Victoria is about to go off. Let's just invite everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Friday. I'll see you next Friday.
Thank you so much for joining.
Them at this point, okay? Yes. We'll be making them into posts and answering your questions
as time goes on.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Night,
Bye.
Bye.